Hi, folks. Nick Tockert here with the Historical Fencing Guild. And brothers and sisters, friends and foes, we have had a interesting evening. I am much, for those who watched Nevermind the Furthermore this morning and found out that I came into approximately a 40-degree office because the heater vent thing wasn't working, and I have windows from the early 50s out here. I am much, much warmer. Before we start the show officially and we get going on some amazing stuff, one, I want to give everybody a chance to come hobbling in, and I want to talk some stuff. And then, we will get this going. First and foremost, I need to pay the bills. And folks, the Historical Fencing Guild is brought to you by, well, one second. I need a moment. What can I do for a moment? I realize there is a problem that I only have a few seconds to contend with. So, do I have an overlay? Here. We're going to just do that.
Stuart's doing his part of the war on pumpkins. Are you?
One second.
Stuart's doing his part of the war on pumpkins. Are you? Stuart's doing his part of the war on pumpkins. Are you? Stuart's doing his part of the war on pumpkins. Are you?
Okay, so I desperately need a commercial because the picture of my family that I had to fight to get them to take the ad claim for a picture of my wife's family was flashed briefly. We are back and we're trying to do this again. Anyway, we're brought to you by the sales of The Simple Sword, the fastest, easiest way to learn how to sword fight in plain, simple English. A book that was 15 years in the works, and basically my master's thesis coming out of my sword master's thesis, if you will, coming out of college, as well as the ongoing series, including the fighting axe for all your concussive axe that needs, and the simple spear. Oh my gosh, we are joined by some awesome people. And the Big Stumpy Robots Core Rulebook were also made possible by a generous grant from Jobach Technologies. And I have a banner for him, I believe. Yes, I do. bit.ly/JB Tech Apps, where you can get the Big Stumpy Robots game. But most importantly, I'm made possible by my amazing Patreon patrons at www.patreon.com/The Historical Fencing Guild. Good things are always happening there, background stuff, insanity. It's a good place to be, and my patrons basically get to dictate what's going on. Now, let's go through some goodies. That's the example. First one through the door at 7:57. Waddles in and pounces next in line is Foxy, and Thesis and poor Joe Bachman walked right into "Hello, Foxy," and Thesis says, I missed the pouncing," offers breadsticks. Joe Bachman teleports from the backstage studio, grabs a bottle of water, teleports out. Yes, Joe's done a lot of backstage teleporting. I think Chris Jericho passed by your room. I think you're right. It's been a thing. And, we got a comment dump. Awesome. And we're joined by Kat Rothamel, one of my favorite people in the world. Kat Rothamel is an artist, an art teacher, an amazing powerhouse for good. And I am trying to hashtag #LetCatArt, which means I will be promoting her stuff. I do it all over Nevermind the Furthermore. We're going to have a quick floral in reality because Kat's here and she never makes it here. So we're going to warp over just for a second to Nevermind the Furthermore because that's where Kat's commercial lives. And I never run a commercial, but I will run them just special because Kat Rothamel deserves it. And where it did. There we go. Folks, I know this is off topic, but I really don't care. It's my show and I can. I want you to follow Kat Rothamel, The Adventures of the Rock and Roll Art Goddess, over on Instagram. She's creating wonderful, positive messages. She's writing books that she will soon, I have every hope in the world, give me links so I can promote it, possibly. This is a woman I have known longer than just about anybody in my life I'm not related to, at least tangentially. And she's just an amazing, upbeat person who's making the world better through her books about being the rock and roll art goddess, becoming an SEO superhero, and he said without looking, wait for it, there should be a beat in the room. There it is. Kelly Rothamel's, Mrs. Rothamel's Mindfulness. So support her. As soon as she gives me more materials to plug, I will. But in a rare commercial, I'm doing that for her because she's just that awesome. Now, enough of Nevermind the Furthermore interfering with my programming. Let's get back to what we're talking about. So, hi guys! It's been a day. My study is now not frozen. I have resisted the frostbite from going out. We have a lot on the menu. What happened was I sent out last week, and feel free to interrupt with questions, commentaries, everything else. Woo! Let's see. Doink. Aw, kitty. And hey, happy Friday, yay. I love that book. I have that book. Woohoo! The Simple Sword. I hope you enjoy it. I have several more in the series in the works. Hopefully I will be getting some of that done this weekend. I have 3 projects I want published by the end of the year, so I can get on to some more stuff, especially what's in this orange book. And that's all good. But that's the day job. Let's keep trucking down the things. And let's see. Nick, you sound like the NPR of sorts. I like it. Well, Foxy, we're here to provide you education and entertainment in the areas of Western martial arts, Eastern martial arts, and where they intersect. We want to keep our listeners pleased and punctual in their parries. And Kat Rothamel, I'm on Thanksgiving break. Woohoo! XXX. Oh, go. Oh. I absolutely adore you, Kat. And boink. I get an entire week. Thank you, Nick, for all you do. It is my pleasure. Please take that week to set up a couple things I can promote for you, darling. Because 1, you deserve a stronger side stream of income. And 2, I want to get your message out into the cosmos. There's way too much good energy that's the world is trying to keep under a bushel basket. And we're not supposed to keep our candles there. 1 second. Hydration is good for you, as is doing posture checks and remembering to breathe. Let's see. Oh, hello there. General Kep Knobi. Hello there, Cindy Kep. We're joined by Cindy Krapp. And Kat is currently working on book 1, Diary of a, the Unspeakable Bug. Classroom teacher. Can't wait to see it. It isn't frozen. Kind of looks like it's melting. Yeah, all sorts of... Part of my hope for this weekend is also to finally do something about this disaster. Works in progress. And Johnny, you... Okay, we have to talk, but yes. Go get the Simple Sword, the Fighting Axe, the Simple Spear, Big Stompy Robots, all at Amazon.com/ Mr. Nicholas Anthony Talker. That's me. And Cindy Kep stuff, CKOEPP.com. Those blanks are for COVID. FB wouldn't let me have that word, but I have it on the gram. They don't like me to use that word because it will interfere with my monetization, apparently. But they're not monetizing me right now, so I'm not worried about it. And did you get your custom URL for your YouTube? I'm hoping you did, because then I can promote it. And don't forget tip your host. Yes. For those of you wishing to put direct monetary donations to yours truly, paypal.me/Nicholas Tucker. I will privately and, if necessary, publicly thank you for anything you throw my way. All right. Wow, I do feel NPR right now. Oh, yes. Oh, wait. Okay, don't forget that. I adore you too. Oh, you make my heart beat fast here. And deviantart.com/Nick T for cool artwork. That's right. You can see my artwork. I am going to be setting up formal commissions in the fairly near future, and a few other programs going down the line. Let's see. Thesis says, one of these days I will have to join you for an Eastern-Western swords discussion, but I have a face for... Oh, get over it. I've seen you. You are not that problematic. Trust me. And we'll get into faces for TV faces for radio in a moment. So joined by some person. The reality servers will take 5 months to update. Until then, you'll get an occasional reality distortion and timeline deletion. Again? Oh, man. I was there when stuff went online in the 80s, and then that whole Y2K. You just keep... I'm telling you, I don't want to talk bad about the admins. I'm doing pretty good in all in all. So, I've got a good crowd. If you're watching this, please like this. Please share it on whatever format you can, because I am fighting the algorithm. Happens every year. It's called the holidays. Yep, and the holidays start with Halloween, if you ask me. Anyhow, which I have to switch decorations over real soon. We have some vaguely harvesty stuff, but I may have found a deal on solar-powered Christmas lights to replace the ones that went, in the last 60-mile-an-hour storm. Oh, God. Bachman says, hi, Joe. Don't feel bad, Thesis. I have a voice for radio and a face for print. You are a dashing, handsome man, and you know it. Hello, Thank Miss is in full swing. Yes, it is. And I have, all jokes aside, I have a whole lot to be thankful for. Amongst other things, the best chat online. The folks who cross my different channels and wind up here make this all worth doing. It really is an absolute pleasure to talk swords and shenanigans. And speaking of shenanigans, last week, we were discussing character classes and how basically I get annoyed because every character I seem to identify with gets impaled, and it's especially if Joss Wheaton is involved. If they just keep getting stabbed. I don't know why. My man Giles, stabbed. Wash, stabbed. Book, stabbed with bullets. It's a bit of a reach, but it's there. Agent Clausen, yeah, he got the poke. Who is trying to message me during my show? It better be important. No, no, it is just delayed. Okay, groovy. Okay, let's see. Oh no, it happens quite frequently. My man Obi-Wan. Let's see. Here we go. Have that. A Thesis says, I tend to frighten small children and animals. No, you don't. Small children and animals love you. It's the people who are mundane that don't. With all the family drama needed to write a full year of As the Stomach Churned. Oh, God. Wow. That's glorious. We're all on here to quote a quote. Oh, hush, Thesis. Kids adore you. Shoot, I didn't account for how many of my picks in that folder died. I have the feeling that the pattern will continue. So do most else. Oh, it's Cat's dinner time, so I've got to go. But I will be tuning in on your AM programming all next week. Take care and great to see you tonight. Great to see you, Kat. If you have just a second, I want to show the first picture in this because I got my man Johnny. Johnny told me, so I opened up and I always only see the first picture, which may be the last one entered. Look at this, guys. Oh, I only added one character, and not only did he not die, but he gets a promotion of sorts. Oh my. Look, wait. But okay, no. Do not end broadcast. I want to be able to click through, and it's being argumentative. So we'll do this. Look at the glory of this art that our man Johnny Cage put up. At first I'm like, dude, this is cool. Wait a second. Hawaiian shirt. Dude, Johnny, you absolute mad lad. That is gorgeous. Thank you so much. I am completely and utterly mind blown here. That is phenomenal. And yes, that will be downloaded and probably one of my screensavers. Thank you so much, though. I love this. I am intensely flattered. And you got my proportions pretty accurate. So thank you. So now that I've had one to make me feel better about what's going to happen tonight, let's deep dive. Now, some of these characters I may have to ask folks to explain to me because I may not know all the references. But let you guys ready to go on this journey with me? Okay, let's see who this is. He looks familiar. He looks like he's from Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaper. By the art, I do not know who this character is. Thesa says most of my characters were in print, so finding pics was problematic. Okay. Janos Aldron. I don't know about this character. He's dashing. I am not nearly that well built, but he does have some. Did Johnny hook me up with a vampire? Probably did. At least to know I'm loved. No, I know nothing about this character, so somebody will have to inform me on what you guys think makes this a Nick class character. Because I am now very curious. And I'll give you a second to do that. Or Luke. Well, it follows with awe, poor Janos. Ancient vampire had a reputation of being a monster, turned out to be a complete 180 of that. Okay. Well, that sounds very impale happy between the awe, poor Janos. Fun fact. Slight different spelling and pronunciation. My mentor in college is, he's still quite alive and doing well, a man by the name of Janusz Duzinkiewicz. He is very Polish. A delightful gentleman, far more intelligent than I, and a more accomplished pacifist. He did not fail where I have. But that's okay. It's part of my charm. That has the expression of the good guy who's trying not to die and is going to. So let's see what's next. Oh, his neck. His neck. Wait. Hughes Mays. Oh yeah, Legacy of Kain was phenomenal. An incredible game. It's just been a long time. You guys are trying to let me do this full screen for a minute. You guys are trying to reference. Listen to this. I love this. I am trying to decide who Nick is in the Mercyverse, which I still have to read those. Hey Foxy, what was the name of the guy in Adam's pack who got stabbed? And I'm not taking that as a typo. I'm taking that as stabbed. You know? Hey, yup. I don't know that character, so I'm going to go engage the one dear Lord. I mean, you're not wrong. Look, I don't have, yes. This is my wallet. I only have one picture in my wallet. This picture right here. Let me see if I can get to zoom clear. This is Xander. This is my boy at his first, getting ready for his first event. Made a little kilt for him and a little hat back in the old days. On the other side is a list of things that mean milk because he was allergic, to teach myself. Anyway, yes. Horrible day for rain, isn't it? I can't even argue with that one. Soul rended, but can't argue with that one. So let's old agenda now. Alrighty. I do not know who this is either, but I see some important check marks. Okay. Let me go through to make sure I didn't miss this. Johnny, I love the Soul Reaver so much when I bought it for my PlayStation 3, the PlayStation Store. 2 for 2. Johnny's doing good so far. You should, Thesis. I'm still salty that Dark Prophecy got canceled. And oh yes! Oh wow! Oh, core memory unlocked. I haven't thought about Saint Seiya in a very long time. Yep. Can't really argue with that one at all. If you know, you know, folks. That's definitely an if you know, you know. And now, thank you. I have to go watch that series. Let's see who's next. Brain goes boom. Yeah, brain goes boom. Then I remember. Okay, wait. Let me do this because we can leave this guy up. Then I remembered why Raziel was my favorite dude. Yes. Raziel just an incredible character. Just awesome beyond measure. My feet are warm. Now, I do not know who this is, but it looks like a JoJo. So, am I right? That looks vaguely like a JoJo. I love the facial scar. And Gaul, that's a Chad jawline. I can't. Yeah, there's Speedwagon. That's who. Okay, I thought so. I'll have to look him up because I haven't gotten to see the anime. I played the game a long time ago, but trying to remember the game JoJo from the plot of JoJo from the game JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Didn't. But I do like it. I like his style. He kind of reminds me of classic Van Helsing. He is like the 1938 Van Helsing energy with like the lines under the eyes and like the blonde kind of moderate up spike hair. I dig him. I don't know what his stand is. I mean, it's JoJo, so I assume he has a stand. But I dig him. Let me see. I'm going to keep going through and like just fanboy out on the people I know. If these are accurate, you have to tell me. Because what you're doing is making me go, Nick, you have to watch more anime. Rafiki. Okay. we are going to do an interlude. We are going to do an interlude. And I have to tell the story. I don't know if Joe is listening, Joe Bachman, because he's flicking between things, but that's okay. I do that kind of jokes? Okay. For either of these characters, probably. Let me put Rafiki away because way too flattered on that. I bought this. Okay. This is Morihei Ueshiba's The Art of Peace. This is the philosophy of the guy who invented Aikido, with an interesting, very brief introduction biography and his writings. Now, I bought this in part because it's a counterpoint to The Art of War by Sun Tzu, which is, something I've read several times, and a little bit of a counterpoint to Musashi's Five Rings. There was an incident years and years and years ago. I was holding a historic fencing guild workshop where we would go to the library and we would invite sword masters and instructors from different groups into discuss things. And we actually had an SCA guy come out. His name was Joe or Jerome or something like that. He was the one who worshipped Guy Windsor's The Swordsman's Companion. It's a book. Good book, but he treated it like it's the freaking Bible. But he made some reference to how many degrees you have to angle somebody before they fall over. And I said, well, I don't know. How many? Please continue. He said, no, you should know. What? Why would I? I'm sorry. You're an Aikido guy. I said, I'm sorry. I've never studied Aikido. Don't you lie to me. I've seen how you move. I've heard you talk. You're an Aikido guy. And he got very physically angry at me that I was lying. And I didn't understand because I'm like, I've done some Tai Chi in the past that might have some Chinese to Japanese kind of martial arts overlap. They do overlap when you have similar processes being done. He got so mad he almost didn't do the rest of his presentation. But so I found out I could read his philosophy. And it is so out of my playbook that it's terrifying. This is actually, I think it's about $8, one of those little pocket books. Oh no. I have seen Aikido practiced, and I've seen it done with great gimmicky nature because it hasn't been stress tested. So I have imagined that it, like many other martial arts, had an origin that the original version was quite effective, and then it sort of McDojo'd out. Anything that requires compliance. But since I had been so vehemently accused of it, I had to read the man's philosophy. Now, I will say the first part is a little a little supernatural for my tastes. But when you get to the nitty-gritty, there is a lot of very good logic and very familiar logic in this. So I consider it a good read. It is not a martial guide. It is a philosophical guide, and it runs in line with Dan Millman's Way of the Peaceful Warrior, which is another delightful book to read, and a few others that I've read that I found resonate. So I wanted to mention that I had done this, and a little bit of formal book review. I like to, when I read something, and this is a very short book, which makes me feel much better about some of the smaller works I want to publish, though not likely in this format, although some things might. Let me skip back though. Yes, Book of Five Rings is necessary reading for everyone. I believe everyone. There is a list of books I believe everyone should read. Some of them I consider quite dangerous, but Book of Five Rings and Art of War are necessary. I also recommend Machiavelli's The Prince. Now, Johnny should love Machiavelli's The Prince. If he doesn't, he will. I actually wore my copy out because if you want a detailed understanding of the philosophy of the business-minded sociopath, Machiavelli's The Prince is a wonderful book. And if that is your mentality, you will find it very educational. And if it's not, you'll find it absolutely horrific. So it's a bit like reading the bad guy's playbook. So naturally, I wore it out. I had a copy of it, and I had a copy of The Importance of Being Earnest. Johnny did a whole ass presentation about it in college. That does not surprise me. And I mean that well, because you are one of my favorite people on earth, Johnny. And that genuinely doesn't surprise me. Because if you can be comfortable and you can apply perhaps more morality than the writer intended, it is a wonderful guide for social engineering. I just don't think that way. We'll get back to the good stuff. Let's get back to what we're here for. I just want to add a bit of a literary interlude to this whole shenanigans. So we've got Rafiki, and I'm going to just hide my face unless it's something. Well, no, because you guys want to see my reactions, I imagine. So we will do this, and we will click over. Musashi, you've become kinder. You're getting stronger, I see. Oh, truly strong people are kind. Oh, this is a real, this is a very, very sincere compliment, and I take it greatly. Thank you. Musashi's a wonderful person. I've, of course, read on, you can't study certain types of weapons without reading Musashi, obviously. And this take on him is, it's fundamental. So I don't think there's a lot to say other than thank you. I think he died of old age, come to think of it. Oh. Learn you will, yes. Do or do not. There is no try. I thought that was BS, but I get what you're saying. No, Yoda, wow. Yeah, as I've aged, I've certainly aged into Yoda far more than Obi-Wan these days. And I'm not afraid to bonk somebody and tell them they're being silly, nor to appear foolish, especially when assessing someone. It makes it easier for me to read them. So yes, thank you. Yeah, got me again. Got me again, Johnny. It's funny because I recently had a conversation on how you felt about how people felt about Darth Vader from just the original trilogy, and then how they felt about Darth Vader having watched the assorted other media. When you watch the Clone Wars animated series, especially toward the end, and you see what happened with Yoda, it becomes fascinating. And I think I am more comfortable identifying with the Yoda who's had to embrace and understand that he possesses a dark side that he cannot truly ever be purged from. It is simply a part of him. And Thesis says, so either Peter or the librarian dude from Iron Kist. I'm going to have to read that book series. Let's see who. And Foxy says, that makes a lot of sense. Owen, was it? Owen is a name that gets pointed my way occasionally, actually. I have a name theory. Let's see who's next. Oh, wow! Asked and answered. Not only is it Van Helsing, but it is the 1938 classic Dracula. Francis Ford Coppola. No, is it Francis Ford Coppola's Dracula? The no. Anyway, no, that Francis Ford Coppola's the 80s one. This Van Helsing is a very different sort of Van Helsing than we see depicted usually. They often either make him a older character than this Van Helsing seems, or a much more physical character. And this is a man of wit and willpower, a force of personality who's constantly assessing and processing. And what was it he said? The superstition of yesterday can become the science of tomorrow. It's a fascinating one. And thesis is going on the literary character. Peter Jorgensen is the character from the Mercyverse. He was a Revolutionary War soldier who was teaching Adam's daughter Jessie how to use the sword. He was run through by his own sword. Yes, as I've said, impalement is a class hazard. Interesting, there are several renditions of how Abraham Van Helsing finally dies. And many of them involve him becoming vampirized and getting staked, or using a purified form of vampiric blood to keep himself going while he and still ends up getting staked for the humor of it. But a fascinating character. This is a great depiction. Far better than many of those to come. Oh, Kang the Mad! An inventor, artificer who helps the PC build by building flying machines and explosives. Eccentric and hilarious. Yes, this was discussed. He's a fun character. I had to look him up. He is a delightful character. Oh, yes. Hold it. We got a philosophy moment here. Hold on. Boink. And I need to do that. Marcus Aurelius's Meditations is reading for. Yes, Marcus Aurelius is my favorite of the ethical atheists, and he is someone I cite when people attempt to assign my moral beliefs as merely a side effect of Christian influence. Marcus Aurelius was not a Christian. He was as hinted, ethical atheist. And he famously said, I arise to do the work of man. The gist, the ultra simplified version of it is that if we live here on earth, and this was all of it, when you die, there's nothing but oblivion. You cease to be. Instead of taking that as a excuse for rampant hedonism, as many would, or nihilism, which is just slothful in my mind, one should take it as an obligation morally to make the world as good and beautiful and enlightened a place as possible, because if this is the sum of all existence, why wouldn't we want it to be as wonderful as possible? And I apologize if my internet gets spotty. The windstorm outside is informing me that it is a touch unstable. But then again, so am I. And Jade Empire, and that brings us right back to this little project. Let me do something here while I'm talking about it. There's the character. Yes, he had something along the lines of, no, let me see, because I was asked to read the line last week, but I've only read it once. I am Kang the Mad. I make flying machines and explosives. The things I make, the explosives I make, tend to blow up. The flying machines I make tend not to. And that's not a direct quote because the rhythm is a little off. But what a fun character. And I do love an artificer. Artificer. And I think that might be the last in our little uh, gaggle of characters. Let me double check that this isn't uh, like these. You have put me in some utterly brilliant company. I can't even see Maze Hughes without like blinking. And I just want to put this up here. This is pure uh deluded self aggrandizement. But Johnny, this is one of the coolest things I think I've ever seen. This is utterly amazing, sir. Thank you so much because that is just staggeringly cool. And I will definitely, that's just mind blowing. I take gifts of art straight to heart, and that's what. Oh, thank you, Joe. Let me see. I'm going to close this out now. Well, no, I'm not. No, I am not. Because I need to do something else. Let me see. Is this? Yes. I'm going to come here. Hi. Because I need to go. Yes, it's actually on my wall. And oh my god, that is so cool. Mandy's gonna lose her mind at how cool that is. That is just I love that so much. I'm probably gonna have Mandy print that up and I'm gonna put this on my wall. That's what I'm gonna do. Uh Let me look at this real quick. And we need that question. We need. Alrighty. Thank you. I was asked to look through some of the. Wait. I am Kang the Mad. I make things fly and I make things explode. The things I fly tend to survive. The things I explode, not so much. Oh, gall. I love that quote. And there we go. We'll do that. We will do this. Maybe. There we are. And let's get trucking and see if there's anything new on sale here. Because we do need to keep track because some people have asked me a bit about different items. So I'm going to skim since we looked last week. And aside from the metals, rattan small hook cane. Interesting. 3/4. Because of its flex, it's not useful as a load-bearing cane. Then I won't recommend it because I only recommend canes that you can actually cane with. I mean, unless you were using that as a smacking somebody cane, and then I guess that works. But too many people in my world. Oh my. 2X. That's sexy, folks. It's expensive, but it's sexy. Okay. Now, I wanted to look up Eastern items. So, not your world martial arts, Chinese martial arts, because I wanted to see. I was asked what new Eastern martial arts do Purple Heart Armory have by one of my viewers. And I said, I'll run it. If you can't catch it, you can catch it in the rewind. Or catch it in the after it's up. So not live. I lost the word. It'll come to me later. But now, why would I buy a second for the same price? I'm kind of confused. But have to find out because I think they put the wrong price. Thesis says, folks, if you're looking for trainers and considering Purple Heart, do it. I am currently working on I am currently working on helping design a Han Dynasty Jin. They are a dream to work with. Absolutely. And please use my there is an affiliate link in the description. Please use that. That gets me, one, I get, I think, a small percentage of anything you buy if you use my affiliate link. But more importantly, it builds my reputation with basically one of my favorite providers, so that when I say, hey, it'd be really nice if somebody were to make this style weapon, they're more likely to do it. But yes, CD at Christian Dorst, that's Christian Dorst. He is amazing. Now, we have a couple weapons in this list that I am tempted by. The Jins interest me, but I don't. The way my wrists work, I don't think I could do Jin for some time. The Dao Saber has been one I've eyeballed for a long time because I have a tie to Dao fighting, and that looks like it would positively sing as a flowing concussive weapon. So that is definitely on my consideration for the people looking for more Chinese traditional styles. The Didao trainer is very close to essentially a Nagamaki. It's not quite, and I'm not sure I like the holes, but that would be an interesting, because that's possibly of the right length that you could more safely do. Oh, I don't mean to email that to anyone. Please stop. Sorry about that. Hazard. What I wanted was that picture. That means it's a hand and a half with a little short blade, relatively. This would be great for something for you guys to consider as a trainer for your two-handed folks, because this is going to give you the ability to do many of your wheeling motions indoors much safer than a full-length greatsword, and you may find you really like it. So that's one that I've considered. I know certain people who have grip and weight issues may really are a knife trainer, also an antler knife, and certain, as a great option if you're able to keep a almost Wing Chun kind of action going. These are interesting. Not necessarily my jam, but if you ever wanted the Karambit's next grade up, I would love, these would be really potentially good for that fluid style fighting. Thesis says, and anyone interested in Chinese arts and wanting some forms and information, please get a hold of me on the Facebook group or Discord channel. If I can't find it, I know someone who can. And that's what we want to hear, folks. People helping each other out. There was... Ooh, okay, we're bouncing around. Jin Trainer 40. Okay, $40 Keen Guard. Ooh. Interesting. That is technically not proper to the usual later, and according to Dr. Yang Ming, it's a deflection you don't want to catch. But I bet that handles well too, and for $40 is not a terrible bad choice. There's a new Dao trainer. Okay, guys, here's what I'm seeing. Nick, why are you no picture? Here's the deal. If you see 125 as the price, This is going to be much more of the Penty line. So it's probably going to be a really nice. Yeah, we don't even have the information. I'm excited though. That could be very cool for the people looking for the next grade up with a bit more flex. So yes, Virginia, there are American sources where you can get Chinese training weapons and very, very inexpensively. Let me look at something else. What's in the new and upcoming? We're still here. Carbon steel. I get more excited about the basic trainers because the basic trainers are the ones people getting in and want to find out if they like a style, really want to purchase. The 133 is one of the best trainers on the market. It's just an arming sword. It's light, it's effective, the guard works, it does what it's supposed to do very inexpensively. I own one. Let me see. Remind me to see if it would be possible to link some of the trainers that you would recommend on your website so that it links directly through your partner ID. We need to talk because I have to find my big book of knowledge so I can log back in. I had actually completely updated my website. It didn't save right and reverted. So one of these days, Joe, we'll sit and talk shop and we'll try to get that because that's a brilliant idea, as it would be good press for them and for me. Thank you. And that's Joe Bachman, the man behind the scenes. Anytime you want to, let me look at something. Do you want in, Joe? You can come in. I could do that.
I can come in from the cold?
You can come in. It's okay. We love you, Joe. Everybody, this is Joe Bachman, the man behind the chair, and one of my best friends on the planet. I hope you're doing well. Yes, Joe, that is a great idea. Let me see. Were there any trainers or anything you guys wanted to look at? You wanted to see, Joe, while we're here?
No, you pretty much picked all the ones that I would have looked at.
Okay.
That I would have seriously considered buying. The only one that I would have looked at just because it looked cool in the thumbnail was that sword branch one, but
oh, the 7-branch one?
Yeah.
That was actually that was a ceremonial gift one. Oh, poor Christian. I'm just gonna shrink that because Christian thinks the automatic chat is, hey Christian, somebody's looking at your site. You should know by now if it's this time of day on a Friday. This also interests me because I'm looking for trainers that apply to more modern access weaponry. Let's see. And Foxy saying hi, Joe. Cindy saying hey, Joe. And Thesis says, I need to get a hold of the LK Chen synthetics to see if they are as good as his sharps. I've heard very good things from Sword Sage about those. This interests me. This interests me because this is a knife. You know what I mean? This is a farm knife, basically. But it is a very much a cutting knife, not much farther from what you would pull out of a butcher block. So it's training, although the Nagel is a nice addition. But for $19.99, that's intriguing to me. And of course, then my thought is, well, if I got a brace of those, they would be fun. Because I'm terrible. What are the lengths? Give me the sizing. Joey, they're 17 inches. That blade is 17 inches. Now, I don't know if your stunning wife is watching, but Christmas is coming, and a brace of light 17-inch long cutters might not be a bad idea for those of you looking for things to give Trelena. I mean, what? Never.
Yeah, I might be ordering one of those next payday.
Nobody tell her. But I like to see what they have on the menu because the bearded axes are nice. The Bolognese side sword basic trainer is sexy. And if it had a cup hilt, I'd probably dance it to jig. This is not a dagger. I actually own one of these too. And these are great for shorter people who want cutlasses. The blade length, I want to say, is 22. Let me double check. 20 inch.
I'm gonna say that almost looks like my Dussix. Is that what I have? The
It's in the Dussik family. It's very close. Okay. And it's a little lighter than your Dussiks.
Ooh.
But not quite as flexy. They're really neat. I have at least one downstairs. I may have two, and I may have cut the grip off to try to change the grip to fit what felt good in my hands. But at less than 30, they're a great entry point. I am bringing these up because one thing I get every year is well-meaning people. Okay, I have a sword trainer friend. Sword friend, I want to get them trainers for Christmas, but I don't know what to get them. Now, we're getting into the realm where things get interesting. Butterfly sword trainers are always good, but you're going to need to get two. I got to mention this. This looks like a great Kama trainer. And yes, a Crowbill axe trainer, it's that too. However, I would be worried with this type of weapon with that narrow a point. Yeah. So if you get that, you have to be very, very, very cautious. And that's why it's $60. Nick, you remember how much you like the Meow Dow? Meow Dow. Oh no. I will look that up because I will have to manually type it since it's not letting me cut and paste. But now you're tempting me again. Now I will let you in on something. This involves that didn't work out that I don't blame him for, but it haunts me. Sword Sage when he was retailing swords near me, was handing things out, and he handed me a Nagamaki. And a Nagamaki is if you take a normal katana and just, like, if you could drag the hilt length bar, Skyrim style setting, and put it to nearly half. It is a two-handed polearm for short people who work indoors. This is a Dab Songboy trainer for Krabi Krabong. It is very close. Now, if I could get my man Christian to put a pair of Mao Dao trainers, I'm going to have to look at that. But
I have it pulled up on my screen, so.
Can you just let me see? Can you share stuff?
I should be able to.
If I stop sharing?
I think so.
Let me I lost the stop share, so give me just a second. I have to do this. Stop screen. There you go. Give it a shot, Joe.
Let's see. Can I?
Because you should have this backseat superpowers.
Yeah. What is it? Present? Aha. Share screen.
It's under present.
These two motors. Yeah, share screen. There we go. Haha.
Ooh. That's a little pricey, but those are sexy. A lot of it I'd have to know about because $200 is a lot of money, but I'd have to know about the flexibility and the weight, preferably an agility chart. But that is dead sexy.
3.1 pounds for the weight. Sword only weight is 3.1 pounds. Blade length of 39.96 inches. Handle length of 19.29. Total length of 59.25.
Wow. Okay, those are big boys. Those are my Dragon Fang. I have something like that. Give me just a second. I can do this because Joe's here. Come here. Come here.
Just transition to that real quick.
Let's see.
Oops.
I saw that, Joe. Okay, now I got to do this in stages, but that is very close. Let me see if I can get way back to this bad boy.
I
which is my
remember
Odachi
that
trainer
one.
by Purple Heart Armory. And I got it because there was a error in the shoulders, so it couldn't have a cross piece. But that's two of those almost. Because that is, give me just a second. Do I have any of my tape measures in here? People steal my tape measures. They go on walkabouts. And by people, I usually mean me. I steal my own tape measure. That's okay. I have a fixed length. 30. Yeah, okay. I have a 30-inch inseam. So this is about a 40. So this is about a 42. So yeah, they are very close, but with guards. That's interesting, and I like the set that they're selling two of them for sparring. That's delightful. I also see a fuller, which in a plastic blade means lighter weight and flexibility. So I will be looking into those.
And it looks like they do have a nifty little video for you to watch later too.
Okay.
I don't know if we can.
I will definitely check that out and probably put the link up on the Facebook group. I'm still learning the finer art of Discord, but are you talking about inseams now? 30 is a bit long on me. I'm closer to a 28. Okay.
And then we also have this one here.
Okay. Well, if it's letting you pull things up nicely, by all means.
Let me see.
Because I love reviewing and talking about weapons and trainers.
Let's see. The shop, those products, sparring. Oops.
How tall are you, Foxy? I can't remember. While Joe looks this up. Yes, these I have seen. Sword and Sage reviewed, and they look really, really nice and surprisingly light. If you could get a safe thrust from them, I would find that interesting. Oh, that looks flexy.
That is very flexy.
Yes, that compares more toward the synthetic rapiers that I found, which I do for low-cost trainers. Well, relatively, they're at the 50. Give me just a second. I have to do some searching. And I will bring this up or send the link to Joe because Joe's handling it so masterfully. They have.
What?
Okay. Friends. Hold on. Move tab to another window. We'll just put that there. I need to show something because I just found something out that matters. So let me see if I can share something.
Let me stop. Do you want me to stop sharing, or are you about to send me the link?
Yes, please. Because I don't know if it's going to work, but medieval collectibles, share. Now, there we go. That's a 20% minimum Black Friday sale, folks. Why does that matter? Why am I talking like this? Suddenly interested. Well, friends, if I type in, I believe it's synthetic rapier. No, I'm already in terms with you. That's not right. Come on. Okay. We'll just do it this way. Unless they got rid of them, at which I will cry tears of polypropylene. If you are looking for ultralight, I mean, when I say ultralight, I'm talking potentially syndicate grade lightweight. I have a brace of these. It's wiggling because my screen's being funky. So we'll do that. Is there a way to get those to stack? Anyway. We're actually going to hide for just a second, Joe and I. We're still here. But do that so I can do this. These guys, I had to buy 2 of them. Oh, God. Out of stock. Out of stock. My heart now sinks. I'm going to have to contact them. Because these guys were divine light fencing weapons. And they were...
I think that's the same one the wife and I just ordered, too. The last time we were down... Yeah, those are really nice. Those have good flex and everything.
Yeah, so I'm going to see if we can... I'm going to reach out. Because if they're 20% off, that means that knock them down to 40 a piece if you bought 2 of them. And that would be probably the best deal in trainers today.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, let's bring Joe back. Don't do that. Oh, hi. That works quite nicely.
Howdy.
Forgot we had that option. That makes scrolling easier. But it's still worth looking through Medieval Collectibles for some of their trainers to see what they've got going. And I may reach out and see if I can't order a few of these because they said out of stock, but I ordered them last time and they went through. So, because those are just, they kind of hit the Goldilocks of something light enough even my damaged hands could handle. The only downside is, well, let me show you. This is the interior. And, well, you just, yes, do that. Thank you. It doesn't have a keyhole grip. And if it had a keyhole grip, I would be like insane. So you're 5'2". Foxy, to tell you how short my legs are, I'm 5'7", and I only have possibly 2-inch longer legs than you. And Thesis is literally a foot taller than me. Well, that's awesome because you guys fit together well. And Thesis says, if the trainers are anything like the Sharps, these synthetics will be super light. My Master Chew feels like nothing. That is tempting. That is very tempting. So, let's see. We are well past an hour. And I think this has been a very fun video. I hope I'm setting Joe up to spend more money. Check out Medieval Collectibles. You might be able to get some discounts. And let's bring me and Joe up because we've looked at that drool to realize we might not be able to stop. Wait. He hides his snacks on the top shelves. So that means he just picks you up when he's done and puts you up on the shelf. That's not fair. Does Kitty know this?
Nick, you know what room I just came from? You cannot give me straight lines like that right now on a live video.
Well, in a few minutes, we'll probably both adjourn to that room anyway, so don't feel bad. Because Thesis followed with, I use her head as a chin rest. We fit together really well. Anyway, go for it. No, Joe knows the rules. We try to keep things in.
And there's one of them.
Anyway, if you can read it, that's fine. My son doesn't read that fast yet, so I can get away with slipping that comment in the comments. Folks, thank you for everybody who participated in that. And table is sturdy. You need a sturdy table. I'm pro really stout furniture that can take a lot of vibration and impact just to get through day-to-day life. Johnny freaking Cage says, sheesh. Yeah, I know. If you're on Facebook, Johnny, you need to friend me if you haven't already, because there's a certain room you belong in. Anyway, yes. Other than that, well, folks, I've had a wonderful time. I love having Joe is not a guest. He is a co-host. He doesn't get guests anymore. Joe's one of those people who could knock at my door just because it's locked and come in, sit down on the couch and go, so what are we having for dinner? And I'd be like, I don't know. What do you want? You know?
You assume I don't keep a lockpick set in my wallet still.
Oh, I know. But because you're one of mine. Aw. Yeah, I'm going to skip these two comments just to keep... Well, I'll throw Foxy's. But I got to keep the level up here for this show, guys. I got to be good. But speaking of being good, Christmas is coming up. And many of you celebrate it for the secular excuse of give me stuff. And that is fine, too. If that is your jam, or if you really want to celebrate for religious reasons and you want presents for your significant other, friend, colleague who does what we do, it's a good time now or next week to do your prep and ordering and what have you in hopes of getting stuff on time if you haven't already. So what I'm thinking is next week I will try to set up a tier list, by price of good steals I've seen or just good things to get people, if that's something you guys are interested in. Joe got a precursor because I'm like, here, look at this, Joe. Kitchen knife.
Oh, the wife did get her birthday present early because I didn't realize the way they packed it. I was afraid it was going to break before her birthday because it came in like about a month early. But so this will make for a good Christmas present. I got her a really nice tea set.
Oh, that's awesome. No, seriously, that is awesome. And she has never told me her birthday in all the time I've known her, which is why I haven't spoiled her.
November 27th.
So you DM me your mailing address. There's still time. Anyway,
and there's years it falls on Thanksgiving, so she gets double.
Let us all be thankful for the meal we're about to enjoy. Anyhow,
amen.
Oh, God, I'm not in the green room yet. I am not in the green room yet. But
no.
I'm out of Post-it notes over here. So I'm not out. They have fled because I have committed, hold on, let me check something. I can cover that one. Yeah, I have to cover that one because that's a Post-it note, genocide on my wall of knowledge. And that's not counting all the ones that were only temporary post. Really? This far into my show, the camera's not going to want to clip back on? It has permanent affixing tape on the back. Right. Like I'm going to permanently affix my camera somewhere.
Right.
Anyway. Be good? Have you seen my wife? What is this good you speak of? Well, in a couple minutes, you'll have freedom to devote your full attention to whatever mischief you are getting into. That all being said, thank you guys for the huge compliments of who I reminded you guys of, who you decided Nick Class' character is. And yes, objectively, sudden stabbing impalement seems to be the lot of the Nick Class character. And then you wonder why I'm so funny about wear a plastron at practice. Thank you, Joe, for coming on.
Yep.
And a huge, huge shout out to Johnny Cage for that incredible piece of art that I will be basically sharing around shamelessly. Like, oh my God, did you see this? So
I may have gotten a sneak peek before the show started.
Well, yeah, because I opened up the thing to get there, and I always see the first one, and that happened to be the first image. Oh, it was fun. Thanks for hosting the adventure. Thank you, Cindy. Guys, go to her website, buy her stuff. She's phenomenal. And
Cindy, I did receive the package from you from your Kickstarter. So
woohoo! Somebody got some Stellari action going?
Yes.
That's great. And you're going to post some Kang the Mad over on the Discord and Facebook group so people can experience. Thank you for setting that up, Thesis. There is, I believe it's called The Guild on Discord. Talk to Thesis. He's kind of running that show because he popped it up one day and said, I need a Discord. I'm like, okay. I do? Yes, here's the link. Oh. It's almost like the people who know me know if you try to be generous or do something for me, I will try to decline it. So, like, you just ask for forgiveness instead of permission. I'm on to you all.
I played the 5th.
Oh, dear God. I know what that means.
Just because a package one time showed up on your doorstep addressed to Molotov the Mage.
The mail person was so confused. In the little tiny town where I was already kind of an odd duck. Like, I'm trying not to become an urban legend in this town.
And I am not helping that cause.
Yeah. Yay! And if people have trouble how to work it, we can help. And there's the gobbledygook for Discord. So, folks, with that, I'm going to ask you to do your drills. Winter, it's hard, but we're gonna keep working through it. Keep your guard up because you can't block a shot that you don't see coming. Be kind to yourself and each other, and as always,
Nick, not a cryptid.
Nick, I am not a cryptid. Anyway,
it's your story. You get to tell it how you want, Nick.
I'm not interesting enough to be a cryptid. I'm just a fat, furry little man who's eminently forgettable when convenient. But for those of you who have elected not to, I do greatly appreciate it. And don't forget to see me next week right here for the Historical Fencing Guild's live stream, where we will be talking about stocking stuffers to, oh my God, rage gifts for the swordsman, lady, or other in your life. And you can catch me Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 10 a.m. for Nevermind the Furthermore. And you can catch me and pray for my mortal soul on Nerd Bacon with co-hosting Luke Stone's shenanigans in comic book related insanity. Other than that, folks, I'll see you all real soon. Thank you for supporting your local swordmaster. Toodles!